Here's something I wish someone told me years ago. Just because you know how to lose fat doesn't mean you're actually going to lose fat. And for the longest time, I thought that I actually needed more information when in fact, what I actually needed to do was just apply the information that I actually knew. Because I'm sure you guys hear the saying all the time, knowledge is power. Well, I disagree. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only power when it's actually applied with execution. And so I could have made so much more progress, so much faster if I just applied the information that I already knew. And I think that's why a lot of smart people fail at fat loss. One of the smartest people I know, myself, was failing at fat loss at one point. I came down from 240 pounds down to 207 pounds. And I plateaued there for around 6 months until I came across this YouTuber. And at first I thought he had all the answers that I needed, all the answers that I was missing. But it wasn't the information that he was giving out that actually helped me. It was the fact that in all of his videos, he always reminded me to actually execute on the things that I know. He made sure to make it a point in his videos by basically saying, hey, none of this matters if you don't execute. And so I would always execute. So how exactly did I execute it? Well, I started looking at Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok totally different. I stopped treating it as entertainment and I started treating it as programming. If you ever heard of the phrase TV programs, the word program is there intentionally because when you watch something, you're literally programming your mind in a way. It's just like when a person watches the news and they hear about something horrible going on all the way across the world, they feel empathy for it and they feel like they're going through it as well. They have a bit of anxiety because of all the things going on. They think that the world is burning. And the reason for that is because sometimes your brain cannot differentiate watching something or watching someone go through something and you actually being the person going through the thing or you actually being the person doing the thing. It's just like when you go to watch the new Spider-Man brand new day movie like I did. I wanted to be Spider-Man. Man, when I seen Spider-Man's physique, I thought, man, I just need to lock in, bro. But let me not get distracted. You see something, your brain thinks that you're going through it. Yeah, so this kind of gets people in the trap of like potentially consuming to kind of get a dopamine hit and feel like they're doing something without actually doing something and they feel stuck. But here is how I actually did it in a way that allowed me to still make progress. Whenever I will watch this YouTuber, I will only watch him when I'm meal prepping. I will only watch him when I'm getting my steps in. That way, whenever I will watch the content, it will be synonymous with me actually executing. And so that spiraled into me only doom scrolling when I was walking. So I combine the entertainment with the execution. And what I mean by this is whenever I will watch that YouTuber, I would literally be doing the things that he's talking about in the video. He's talking about getting lean. He's talking about meal prepping. He's talking about being intentional. And whilst he's talking about these things, I'm being intentional. I'm executing. And that can help you build a bit more momentum. And if you restrict yourself from watching or consuming like all this different type of contents and getting the dopamine, you'll be able to actually make progress without letting consumption become a drug that stops you from actually getting your results and executing on your goals. This way you can execute and get your dopamine at the same time. Hell, sometimes I even use doom scrolling as an excuse to get more steps. I'll get more steps while I'm doom scrolling. I will not sit on my couch and scroll on my phone. I have to go outside and get some steps while I'm doom scrolling. Or if I'm playing Dokkan Battle on my phone, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle on my phone, I'll be playing it while I'm outside walking. I'm getting my steps in and I'm playing my game. It's so awesome. This is literally mind programming, brainwashing. You're literally reconditioning your mind by consuming content and executing in this way that I just told you. Because when I started to get my steps in and execute while consuming content, it literally changed my algorithm and it was like clockwork. It's like my algorithm knew when I'd be walking. So when I'd be walking, I literally be doom scrolling and I will see videos on fat loss, getting lean, mindset, people just talking about getting lean and losing fat. And I just be thinking to myself, man, every step that I take, I'm literally getting leaner and leaner and leaner. And so that just made it so easy for me to execute, because it wasn't just me just sitting on my couch, scrolling on my phone, LARPing in my head as if I was getting lean. I was actually getting lean, and I was actually able to sort of kind of be a part of the conversation when I'm consuming this content online on my cell phone. When they're talking about getting lean, they're talking about me. They're talking about me. They're talking about us. And I'm hoping that that's what these videos can be for you. It's not just something that you freaking consume. It's something that you consume, but you also execute on it. Another problem that you might have, that I also have, is that you significantly overestimate individual decisions. A lot of people, they try to lose fat, they try to lose weight, and they expect significant change in a short period of time. And that's how some things work. Maybe gambling, maybe if you do day trading, but not fat loss. Fat loss is a very slow, arduous journey, and you have to really stick with it in order to see results. And if you haven't made peace with that fact, you're going to just be sitting there asking yourself, well, damn, why am I doing all this hard work if I can't have the freaking cheesecake? Cheesecake is my drug of choice. And I was thinking that, why am I doing all this hard work if I can't have cheesecake? Dang, and I'm not seeing results. So I might as well just eat the cheesecake. But in all seriousness, your body does not care about you having 3 good days if you've had a whole year of trash decisions and trash habits, garbage habits, chud habits. Your body doesn't care about that. It wants you to have more chad habits more often. One single meal didn't make me lose 70 pounds. It was me literally tracking my meals every freaking day for 2 years straight. And I've lost the majority of my fat loss within the last year and a half. So that first bit of the year, I was just literally just learning how to lose fat. And I was making mistakes, and I was overeating, and I was messing up, and I was fixing things in my mind. So needless to say, this thing takes time, but like the reference I made earlier, this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. This isn't day trading. This is long-term investing. So in order for you to get the benefits of the compound interest of this fat loss effect, you need to be stacking up consistent days, day in and day out. And consistency might look a little bit different for you. Let's say you eat a whole pack of cookies in one day. Well, consistency for you, you might eat a whole pack of cookies in 1 week, and then you might eat a whole pack of cookies in 1 month, and you might eat a whole pack of cookies in 2 months. And that's progress, and that's you consistently getting better. Your body doesn't care about yesterday. It cares about what you've been doing for a whole week, a whole month, and the last 6 months. You need to start stacking these good habits in order to start yielding some results, because that's how the body works. The body doesn't work in cycles of 1 day. Outcome dependence will make you choose the wrong diet. Now let's talk about diets. Because you're smart, you want the fat gone yesterday. You're going to choose the best, most optimal diet. You're going to cut the calories super duper low because you feel like that's the fastest way, because you're a smart guy, right? Well, you chose the hardest form of fat loss. You're playing fat loss on veteran mode when you're a crying baby rookie. And you're going to fail because you're trying the hardest form of fat loss. You're never going to be able to have anything you like ever again. And that thought is going to be so daunting on you that you're going to be pushing so hard for like a whole week straight. And then you're going to crash out on the freaking weekends and erase your progress. All because your smart self thought, You're going to choose the most extreme diet, the most extreme form of dieting, thinking it's going to get you results fast. And it didn't, you didn't see results, and now you wiped out your progress. Just like I said recently, fat loss is a long, arduous journey. It's going to take a long time. And the reason you're going to fail doing that approach is because you've demanded so much of yourself that the version of you cannot even handle right now. You haven't even built up to handle that extreme way of dieting. You haven't even done a basic way of dieting. One of the biggest mental shifts I had was that fat loss does not have to be fast. Fat loss has to be sustainable. Imagine this, there's two different guys, the smart guy and a guy who just executes consistently. The smart guy is going to try to find the fastest way possible to lose the weight. He's going to go hard and as extreme as possible. Mind you, this is his first time trying to cut. So he's never done this before. He's a crying baby, rookie, beginner at this game of cutting. So he's going to go in there, demolish his mental state, and he's going to crash out on the weekend and wipe out his progress. And he's going to do that like 5 more times, like every other week. And he's going to wonder, why am I not making progress? He's going to do carnivore. He's going to bounce from diet to diet, trying to find the most optimal one because he hasn't stayed consistent on the first diet, because he chose the most hardest diet. Now take the other guy, the real smart guy. He's going to find out what he needs to do to lose the fat. He's going to look it up. Calorie deficit. How do I get in a calorie deficit? He's going to find out that you don't have to be in a 1,000 calorie deficit. He's going to find out that you don't have to give up all the foods that you like. He's going to find out that all he needs to do is be in a decent calorie deficit and keep it. So he's just going to eat all the foods he normally eats while hitting his calories and hitting his protein. And 6 weeks later, he's going to be 6 to 12 pounds down. Whereas the other guy, he lost maybe 2 pounds, maybe 3 pounds, gained it all back and then some, because he binged, because he tried to do things way too extreme. And so the best diet is the one that you can stick to. You need to be able to sustain this for a long period of time, because fat loss takes a long time. Now, the other guy, he seemingly made progress faster, but the only reason he made progress faster because he was okay with losing 1 pound a week, because he didn't torture himself with the diet. He just did only what was necessary. He did the bare minimum instead of trying to do the extreme, and he made progress. And not only did he make progress, but because he found out that it was so easy and so simple to lose that 6 pounds, he literally just made it a part of his lifestyle. And he lost more fat. And he ended up being lean. And when people ask him, hey, how did you do it? How'd you do it? And how long did it take? He's going to tell them it took this long ass amount of time, but because I stayed consistent, I was able to actually do it. And then the people, they're going to blow him off because they want the quick fix and they want to do things fast, not realizing that the slow way is the fast way. And if you're doing shit the extreme way like the other guy, and you're counting down the days until you can finally eat the cheesecake, or you can finally eat the pizza, then you're doing it wrong, because you're literally just letting it build up inside you until you explode and turn into a pizza eating, cheesecake eating monster, pizza eating beast that doesn't lose the fat. So you got to do this the slow way, because the slow way is the fast way. So do it the slow way. Make it a lifestyle, because knowledge isn't power because it tells you the fastest way to do something. Knowledge is power because you can use the knowledge to apply it to your life in a way that you can actually sustain and keep going till you hit your goal without stopping like the other guy.